Good morning students. Today we are going to continue our last lecture, that is regression analysis. So today's topic, that is regression coefficient. So regression coefficient is constant, that is a in the linear regression where y is equal to ax plus b, and it represents the rate of change of one variable y as a function of change in the other independent variable x. So today we are going to find out the regression coefficient, and it can be represented by means of bxy. So we are going to find out the rate of change of one variable y as a function of a change in the other independent variable x, and bxy is nothing but a slope of regression line. So what is bxy? It is the slope or regression coefficient can be represented by means of bxy, and it is nothing but the slope of regression line. So the regression coefficient of x on y can be represented by means of the formula. So the regression coefficient can be represented by means of the formula, and the formula, the direct method for the formula is the regression coefficient of x on y is represented by means of bxy. Always remember that x should be the first and y should be the later on. So regression coefficient of x on y can be represented by bxy, and the formula for that is summation of xy minus summation of x into summation of y divided by n whole divided by summation of y square minus summation of y square divided by n. So this is the formula for the regression coefficient of x on y. Similarly, the regression coefficient of y on x can be represented by means of, so this can be represented byx. Similarly, the regression coefficient of y on x can be represented by means of byx. So byx, that is nothing but the regression coefficient of y on x. Therefore, it can be represented by the formula, that is summation of xy minus summation of x into summation of y divided by n whole divided by summation of x square minus summation of x the whole square by n. So this is the formula for the regression coefficient of y on x. Now you can see both the regression coefficient, that is x on y, this is regarding the x on y. So it can be represented by bxy, and its formula is this one. And this is the regression coefficient of y on x and can be represented by byx. So byx is equal to, this is the direct formula, direct method for the regression coefficient. So the main difference between this and this, here if you interpret by means of byx, that is regression coefficient of y, then you can find out the main difference between these two formula is that here numerator, see the numerator, here the numerator is same, here also numerator is same. almost, that is minus minus, summation of x, summation of x, summation of y, summation of y. So everything in the numerator is same, but there is a variation. The variation is present in the denominator. So if you find out the regression coefficient of y on x, then you have to find out summation of x square. If you have to find out y on x, then you have to calculate by means of summation of x square minus summation of x square by n. Here when you are asked to find out the x on y, then you have to find out the denominator as summation of y square and divided by the n. So you can find out in both the formula, that is regression coefficient of x on y or y on x. Here if you represent y, then you have to find the denominator will be with the x variable. If you represent by means of xy, then you have to represent in the form of y variable. So this is the main difference between the regression coefficient of these are the two formulas which you have to apply in the examples. So now we are going to solve by means of example. Let us solve one example. So what is the example? Obtain the equation of the line of regression of the yield of rice, that is y variable, yield of rice, and the water, that is the x variable. So both the variables are given over here. So the x variable, that is water, and y variable is the yield of rice. So this is the example which is given to you. Now what you have to estimate is that estimate the most probable yield of rice for 40 inches of water. So what you have to estimate? The probable yield of rice for 40 inches. If the 40 inches of water is applied, so then what will be the probable yield of the rice? Now we have to plot a table, and according to the table we have to write down the first table column should be the serial number. The serial number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Here how many data are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 data are given. Therefore the serial number will be 7. And we have to write down the first x variable. So what is the x variable? That is 12. What is the next variable? That is 18, 24, 30, 36 till 48. So we have to write down the x variable as 12, 18, 24, 30 till 48. Similarly, we have to write the y variables also over here. So we have placed both the x variable as well as the y variable in the table. After the x variable, we have to first find out the assumed mean. Here the number of datas, it is almost 7. So what will the mid value? So 30 is the mid value. So we can assume that x variable, the assumed mean will be the 30. Consider if the assumed mean of the x variable is 30, then we have to subtract in order to find out the dx. So the dx is nothing but the x minus x bar. So what is x bar? X bar is nothing but the mean, assumed mean. So here we will get 12 minus 13, 12 minus 13, 30. Next 18 minus 30, 24 minus 30, 30 minus 30, here we will get almost 0. So 30 minus 30 is 0. 12 minus 30 is nothing but minus 18. Similarly, we will get 18 minus 30, that is minus 12. Next is 24 minus 30, that is equal to minus 6. 36 minus 30 minus 30 will get 0. 36 minus 30 will get as 6. Then 42 minus 30, that is 12. And 48 minus 30 will get at 18. So first we have to add all this value, and then we have to subtract from all this value. Next is we just don't have to add all these things. but we have to find out the square of all these things. So minus 18 square is nothing but the 324. Minus 12 square will get you 144. Minus 6 square 36, 0 remains 0 itself. 6 square 36, 12 square 144, and 18 square is 324. Similarly, we have to find out the dy. So here the assumed mean of the y variables, consider that will be, here also the number of values or number of observation is 7. So the mid value is 7.21. So we have taken the assumed mean as 7.21. So we have to subtract, in order to find out the dy, we have to subtract from each y variable, that is 5.27 minus 7.21. That will be equals to minus 1.94. In this way we have to do the calculation, or we have to find out the dy for each y variable, and then we have to square it. We have to square it, and then we have to multiply this dy with dx with the dy. After plotting the table, you can find out the data will be represented in this way. So yesterday we have already deal with how to find out the dx, dx square, y, dy and dy square, as well as dx into dy. So here we have to find out the summation of dx. You know that summation of dx is nothing but the 0, because here the positive, all the positive values, and here all these are negative values. So that is equals to dx, summation of dx is 0, dx square is equal to 1008. Similarly, dy, summation of dy is equal to minus 0.91, and dy square is 11.394, and summation of dx into dy will gives you 103.68. So here first we know that we have find out the assumed mean. We have taken the assumed mean. Here the assumed mean is 30. So here we have to find out the x bar. So x bar can be calculated by means of taking the assumed mean plus summation of dx by n. N is the number of observation. So you know that the assumed mean what we have taken was 30 plus 0 by 7, because we know that summation of dx is 0 by 7 will gives you the 30. So the assumed mean was 30, and also the x bar, that is calculated mean, was also 30. Now coming up to the y bar. So y bar can be represented by ay, whatever you have taken as a assumed mean, plus summation of dy by n. You know that the summation of dy is 0.91 minus 0.91 divided by 7. So here 7.21, that was your assumed mean of the y variables, minus 0.91 by 7 will gives you nothing but the 7.08. So from this table we have calculated the x bar as well as the y bar. So the x bar, that is mean of the x, is nothing but the 30, as well as the mean of the y variable is 7.08. Now the table is calculated. Now we have to apply on the formula. So in order to find out the coefficient, regression coefficient, then the formula is bxy is equal to summation of dx into dy. Somewhere it is written as summation of x into summation of y. But here it is written dx into dy. Altogether both of the things are the same. That is summation of dx into dy minus summation of dx into summation of dy divided by n whole divided by summation of dy square minus summation of dy the whole square divided by m. Now we have to apply one by one the datas. So what is summation of dx into dy? So here the summation of dx into dy is 103.68. So here we have to write it down, 103.68. 0.68 minus, so what is summation of dx into dy? So summation of dx into dy is nothing but the summation of here summation of dx is 0. We know that the summation of dx is 0 and the summation of dy is minus 0.91. So we have to put it inside the formula, that is 0 into minus 0.91. So that should be kept in the bracket, divided by number of observation. What is the number of observation? 7. Whole divided by summation of dy square. So what is dy square over here? Here dy square, this value, that is 11.394. So here we have to write it down, 11.394 minus, next is the summation of dy square. You know that summation of dy square, that is equals to how much? So here summation of dy is nothing but the minus 0.91. So we have to write it over here, that is 0.91 minus divided by number of data, that is equal to observation, that is 7. So after calculating we will get the value is almost around 9.195. This was regarding the regression coefficient of x on y. Now we have to find out the regression coefficient of byx. So similarly, by applying the formula, we have to put all the data according to the formula. So summation of dy into dx is nothing but the 103.68. Summation of dy, this is nothing but minus 0.91. Summation of dx is 0 divided by number of observation, that is 7, whole divided by 1008. What is 1008? That is the summation of dx square. So 1008 minus 0 divided by 7, the whole square. Now we have calculated the bxy as well as byx. So we have got the value of both the bxy as well as the byx, that is regression coefficient of both the variables. Now in order to find out the regression equation of y on x-axis, you can write it down as y minus y bar is equal to byx x minus x bar. Here what is the value of y? We don't know. What is the value of y? That is 7.08. That is mean value of y. Byx we have calculated, and this byx is nothing but the 0.103, and this is the x variable, and this is x bar, means the mean of the x variable. So here y remains over here. This minus 7.08 will comes over here, and the sign changes to from minus to plus. And so after the calculation you can find out here it will get 0.103x plus 3.99. We know that the value of x is given in case of question, that is 40 inches. So we have to put the value of x over here. So after calculating 0.103 into 40 plus 3.99 will get as 8.1311 tons. So this is the answer for the regression coefficient of the y on x variable. So the question which was asked to you is estimate the most probable yield of rice for 40 inches of water. So what is the most probable yield? The most probable yield is nothing but the 8.11 tons. So in this way you have to calculate for the regression coefficient, and then you have to apply inside the formula. For today this much is enough. See you tomorrow.